It was meant to be the happiest week of her life. 6 days before she was to walk down the aisle, Stephenie Scot, a 26-year-old bride-to-be, vanished. In a town where the worst crime was usually a broken window, her disappearance would become one of the most shocking and brutal murders in Australian history. Her killer? A man who should never have been anywhere near her. Leeton, New South Wales. Population just over 11,000. A close-knit farming community where everyone knows everyone. And in the middle of it all, Stephenie Scot, bright, bubbly, a beloved English teacher at Leeton High School. Her smile lit up the room, her passion for teaching inspired countless students, and her kindness made her unforgettable. She was engaged to her high school sweetheart, Aaron Leeson Woolley. They had been together for years, building a life together. April 11th, 2015, their wedding day, was just around the corner. Friends described them as the perfect couple, the kind you read about in love stories. It was Easter Sunday, April 5th, 2015. While most people were enjoying the holiday with family, Stephenie made the short trip to Leeton High School. She wanted to prepare lessons for her students before leaving for her honeymoon. But Stephenie wasn't alone that day. Working as a cleaner was 24-year-old Vincent Stanford, a man with a disturbing history, one that no one in Leeton knew about. To the community, he was just the quiet janitor, but in reality, he was a predator, lurking in plain sight. As Stephenie worked in her classroom, Stanford watched her. Later, he told police that the moment he saw her, an overwhelming desire to kill took over him. He left the school, drove home to his mother's house, and collected what he chillingly called a rape kit. Then, he came back. Stephenie, unaware of the danger, greeted him politely. "Happy Easter," she said. It would be the last words she ever spoke. As she reached for the school's metal gate, Stanford grabbed her, dragging her into a locked storeroom. There, he attacked her, assaulting, beating, and finally stabbing her in the neck to ensure she was dead. When Stephenie didn't come home, her family knew something was wrong. She would never run away, not days before her wedding. Aaron, her fiancé, was frantic. Her family called police, and a search began immediately. Meanwhile, Stanford placed Stephenie's body in the boot of her own car, parked it behind his shed, and waited. In the early hours of Easter Monday, Stanford drove to Kokopara National Park, 70 kilometers away. There, he laid branches over her body and set it on fire. The court would later hear that he took photographs of her remains, and when confronted, he claimed they were from a horror movie. Police questioned Stanford. He told them he'd been grocery shopping on Easter Sunday, but when officers checked, they learned the store had been closed that day. The lie cracked his story wide open. 4 days after the murder, Stanford was arrested. During the trial, chilling details emerged. Stanford had stalked other women in Leeton. He had a disturbing obsession with violent sexual content. And worst of all, he showed no remorse. "This is just the way I'm arranged," he told a psychologist. "I couldn't stop myself." Justice Robert Hume sentenced Stanford to life in prison without parole for murder, plus 15 years for aggravated sexual assault. His twin brother, Marcus Stanford, served 15 months for pawning Stephenie's engagement and graduation rings. The people of Leeton were left reeling. Their quiet town had been shattered. Stephenie's mother called Stanford pathetic and despicable. "We will celebrate our daughter's life," she said, "and forget all about him." Every year, friends and strangers alike remember Stephenie with a cup of tea and a biscuit, a small, quiet moment to keep her memory alive. Stephenie Scot's life was stolen by a man who should never have been free. But her story lives on, not as a tale of horror, but as a reminder of kindness, love, and the need for change. Her family has pushed for stronger background checks in schools, hoping no one else will suffer the same fate. She was 6 days from becoming a bride, but she will forever be remembered as a daughter, a sister, a teacher, and a friend whose light will never fade.